Hey yo, what's going on? It's your boy H Money, Mr. The Zone. We in the building, bro. We got a great topic at hand tonight, man. Definitely. Vergil Ortiz, the next Fernando Vargas, 15 wins, 15 knockouts. Definitely is a knockout artist. He's must-see television. You know what I'm saying? He's a fan favorite, one of the biggest names in the sport of boxing already, man. One of the biggest names in the sport already, only 22 years old, I believe, or did he turn 23? His birthday just passed. Vergil Ortiz, the real deal, man. You know what I'm saying? Calling out the top guys. You know what I'm saying? Trained by Robert Garcia. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a lot of similarities between Vergil Ortiz. A lot of similarities between Vergil Ortiz and a young Fernando Vargas. Both of these fighters were trained, by the Garcia family. Fernando Vargas was trained by Robert Garcia's father, Big G. You know what I'm saying? Big G, Mr. Garcia trained him. And I had a good talk with Ellie Setback not too long ago. And Ellie Setback even said that Robert Garcia compared a young Vergil Ortiz to Fernando Vargas. Robert Garcia was there. You know what I'm saying? He was there with Fernando Vargas during the beginning of his career. And if anybody knows Fernando Vargas, inside and out, has to be the Garcia family, whether it was Big G, Robert Garcia's father, who discovered a Fernando Vargas when he was a young kid, you know what I mean? Took him in while he was around 8 years old, rescued him from the streets. We all know the story of Fernando Vargas growing up in Oxnard, California. You know what I'm saying? Gang violence, without a father, found boxing and changed his life. He found the sport of boxing and it changed the life. Fernando Vargas was a knockout artist, became a world champion. I believe his 15th fight. Let's get to the tail of the tape between Fernando Vargas and Vergil Ortiz, man. Vergil Ortiz just won 2019 Prospect of the Year on ESPN. Vergil Ortiz was the Prospect of the Year in 2019 on the ESPN list. ESPN gave it to him, a whole different network. We all know ESPN, they got their own prospects. You know what I'm saying? Vergil Ortiz fights on the Zone. He fights for Golden Boy Promotions in the Zone. Let's get to it, man. Vergil Ortiz, honestly, in my estimation, he's the most talented welterweight in the world. Started off at 140 pounds, moved his way on to 147. He's currently at 147 pounds. Just won the 2019 Prospect of the Year, and he just turned 20 years old, by the way. Vergil just turned 20, like I said, and he's already a Prospect of the Year. He's ranked number 5 in the WBO, to face Terrence Crawford in the near future. Vergil Ortiz is ranked number 5 already in the WBO. As you can see, his record, spectacular record, 100% knockout ratio. His knockout percentage is at 100%. He has 15 wins, 15 knockouts. Notable wins against Mauricio Herrera, who's never been knocked out. Mauricio Herrera, who gave Danny Garcia a very tough fight in Danny Garcia's hometown in his country in Puerto Rico. A lot of people felt like Mauricio Herrera outboxed Danny Garcia. I'm one of those guys that felt like he beat Danny Garcia, and Vergil Ortiz knocked him out. The same guy that, Danny Garcia struggled with. Danny Garcia, who's a multiple-time champion, different weight classes, moved up from lightweight. Danny Garcia is he's a 3-division world champion, Danny Garcia, and he struggled with Mauricio Herrera, and Vergil Ortiz knocked him out, just annihilated him. Every fight has ended in knockout. He knocked out Mauricio Herrera, bro, just destroyed him. You know what I mean? His last 2 wins against Antonio Orcasco, and then he comes back and knocks out Brad Solomon, who gave Alexis Rocha a very tough fight. He gave Rocha a very tough fight. Vergil Ortiz got rid of Brad Solomon. You know, he got rid of him. He looked very impressive in his first 2 fights at welterweight. When you're talking about the best young welterweight in the world, you're talking about Vergil Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? And then the comparisons between him and Fernando Vargas started off from Robert Garcia. Robert Garcia is the first one that mentioned it. You know, says that the knockout power that Vergil Ortiz has is just like Fernando Vargas or even better. Shout outs to Coco the Don. You know what I mean? Shout outs to the Don Coco. Straight up and down. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel 100. We got Vergil Ortiz, the 2019 ESPN Prospect of the Year, the best young welterweight in the sport of boxing. We all know that he's only 22 years old, 15 wins, 15 knockouts. We comparing him to a young, ferocious Fernando Vargas, Coco. You know what I'm saying? Vergil Ortiz, 5'10", 15 wins, 15 knockouts with a 70-inch reach. 5'10" with a 70-inch reach. Let's go to ferocious Fernando Vargas. Even Robert Garcia says the comparison is there. I had a talk with Ellie Setback, and Ellie Setback confirmed it. Robert Garcia compared Vergil Ortiz to a young Fernando Vargas, and we all know Fernando Vargas was training with Robert Garcia's father, Big G. You know what I'm saying? Roberto, I believe it was Roberto Garcia, trained him from the beginning. Let's get to it. Everybody hit the like button right now, and I got the videos to go with it, bro. Fernando Vargas, 5'10", 70-inch reach, the same thing as Vergil Ortiz with the 5'10" and a 70-inch reach. Fernando Vargas became a champion, I believe, after his 15th fight against Yuri Boy Campos. Was a hell of a fight, man. And he was an Olympian. Fernando Vargas was a silver medalist. Fought the best from the Felix Trinidad's, Oscar De La Hoya. He faced Ike Corte, Yuri Boy Campos, Winky Wright. He faced them all. You know what I mean? Raul Marquez as well. So I believe it was his 15th fight. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Exactly. His 15th fight. This is where Fernando Vargas became a world champion by defeating Yuri Boy Campos, who's a Hall of Famer. Yuri Boy Campos, I believe he had 100 wins. How many wins Yuri Boy Campos had? About 107 wins for Yuri Boy Campos, who's a Mexican fighter, a legend in the sport. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. You dig? You know what I mean? Shout out to my boy Rubski, man. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. You dig what I'm saying? Rubski in the building. You dig? You know what I mean? No cap, bro. Shout out to everybody, man. You know what I mean? I'm feeling good about this one, man. Even Robert Garcia confirmed it for me. Had a big talk with Ellie Setback. You know what I mean? I'm going to play one of my calls for Ellie. I got videos on Fernando Vargas as well. So his first win was against Yuri Boy Campos, who's definitely a Hall of Famer, bro. 107 wins, 82 knockouts for Yuri Boy Campos. You know what I mean? And Fernando beats him. He beats him. You know what I'm saying? The best in MMA, boxing, football, basketball, etc. is here. You dig? It's here, right here. You feel me? H Money, Mr. DAZN. Shout outs to Rubski, you under dig. Shout outs to my boy Rube, you heard? Word. Let go, man. You know what I mean? But we ain't done yet. Back to the resume of ferocious Fernando Vargas. So Vargas was knocking people out too. Let's see how many knockouts did he start off with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You know what I'm saying? 15, 16, 17. So Fernando Vargas, he won his first 17 fights by knockout. Fernando Vargas, he won his first 17 fights by knockout, bro. You know what I'm saying? His first 17 fights he won by knockout. Vergil Ortiz, he started off his career with 15 knockouts in a row. As you can see, Fernando Vargas' first 17 fights. Here we go right here to show you. His first fight, knockout. Second fight, knockout. Third fight, knockout. Fourth fight, knockout. fifth fight, sixth fight, seventh fight, eighth fight, ninth, bro, 17 straight fights in by knockout for Fernando Vargas. He was a knockout artist. Just like Vergil Ortiz, knocking everybody out, bro. He's out here sparking out everybody. Oh, he wasn't a champion at light. We doing numbers. Oh, so Danny Garcia was a 2-divisional champion. I thought he started off at lightweight, moved up to junior welterweight, and became a champion at welterweight as well. So he's a 3-division. It's not a 2. Okay. Say less. Say less. You know what I mean? Let me make sure everybody hit the like button right now. So when he beat up Amir Khan, that wasn't for a world title. That wasn't at lightweight. That was at junior. All right, facts. I got you. Fernando Vargas was a world champion at the age of 21. He was a world champion at 21. Also, he was an Olympic silver medalist. You know, he was on that incredible Olympic team back in the day. He was on that great team in 1996 Olympic team with Zab Judah and David Reed. You know, they had Zab Judah, David Reed, David Reed won gold. You know what I'm saying? What up, JC? You know, Zab Judah was on the Olympic team with Fernando Vargas and David Reed. And that's a big fact. You know what I mean? But yeah, he was definitely, bro, a hell of a fighter, Fernando Vargas. He fought the best from the Felix Trinidads, you know what I'm saying, against Felix Tito Trinidad, bro. Remember that? That was a war. Vargas and Trinidad was in war, bro. You know what I mean? Here we go right here. This is Vargas going toe-to-toe with Felix Trinidad. The big fights against Oscar De La Hoya. Let's not forget about his fights against Winky Wright. You know what I mean? He faced Winky Wright, Ike Corte, Oscar De La Hoya, you name it, Shane Mosley. He faced them all. So this is his fight with Felix Trinidad back in the day, man, was a classic war. That's what you call a war back in the day. You know what I mean? They was going at it. It was an incredible fight. Fernando Vargas, a world champion at only 21 years old. You dig what I mean? All right. Danny Garcia started off at 140 unified, then moved up to 147. Facts. Ruski, appreciate that. So Danny Garcia is a 2-divisional world champion. Appreciate Ruski. You know what I'm saying? Vergil smashes Danny Cherry Pick Garcia. Yeah, I think so, man. I think so. You know what I'm saying? JC, Danny Garcia never been knocked down. Stop it. You trolling. You know what I'm saying? Vargas fought top competition at 21. You know, Vergil Ortiz knocked out Mauricio Herrera, a common opponent with Danny Garcia. Mauricio Herrera, who gave Danny Garcia one of his toughest fights in Puerto Rico. You know what I mean? Hit the like button right now and subscribe to the channel. Danny Garcia got an iron chin. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Y'all going at it. My boy's going at it. But let's go back to this real quick. Fernando Vargas, big fights with Felix Trinidad. You know what I mean? He fought the best. He didn't duck or dodge anybody. At 21 years old, he was already facing Yori Boy Campos, Winky Wrights, you know what I'm saying, Raul Marquez, all those top guys. Make sure y'all hit the like button, dog. Let's get these likes up. We talking about the next Fernando Vargas, Vergil Ortiz. But I got this video I want to show you guys real quick. You know what I mean? Of a young Fernando Vargas. Let's get to it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. It's H Money, Mr. DAZN. You know how we get down. You know what I mean? You know me, I got exclusives, bro. I got real exclusives for you. You know what I mean? Everybody subscribe right now. Let's get to it. You know what I mean? Hit the like button. Do all the good bro. I got some of that real drip for you, man. You know what I mean? Subscribe right now. Let's get to this, man. Talking about real deal Holyfield, bro. This one, boxing was at its best. Vergil Ortiz, I think Vergil Ortiz is the most talented welterweight in the world. With that type of power and the great training staff he got with him, you know what I mean? Working with Robert Garcia, he got a great sparring partners, Mikey Garcia, Jose Ramirez, Brandon Rios, you know what I'm saying? Jose Cito Lopez, you name it. Hector Tanajara, you know what I mean? Alexis Espino working with Robert Garcia. Robert Garcia been training Marcos Maidana, Mikey Garcia's, you know what I mean? Jose Ramirez, like I said. Let's get to it. Subscribe right now. Let's go, bro. I got that real, man. I got that video for you. Let's go, bro. Salute. Salute. Yes, sir. This is what it's all about, bro. Taking it to the next level. Let's go, bro. I got the video for you. Hit the like button. Y'all, man, it's all good, man. Let's go, man. You know I got that real drip for you. Let's get to it. Exclusive. Showing you how good Fernando Vargas was back in his time. You know what I mean?
8 or 9 years old. In some ways, appears that
let's go.
He was born to fight. All solid shots by Mosley. Fernando was the youngest member of the '96 Olympic team. 21 years old when he won his first world championship. That is it. Campos has had enough. Vargas Mosley's in.
Everybody subscribe right now to the channel, bro. Let's get to it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it.
And, you know, it wasn't to be.
So they choose to fight Winky Wright again.
Subscribe right now to the channel. Let's go.
Again, except for the rounds where Winky Wright chose not to fight.
You know, Shane did a much better job in the second fight, but it just still wasn't enough to beat him.
This is what it's all about. Let's get to it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it.
Go to see his blood and guts, and Fernando had plenty of both.
Yes, sir.
Which created some concern because the question then becomes whether or not he can go into deeper rounds. Can he sustain the pressures of the likes like Yuri Boy Campos? Yuri Boy Campos was.
Let's go. Let's fucking go, bro. Hit the like button right now and subscribe to the channel. It's H Money, Mr. The Zone, back with that sauce. Back with that real sauce, bro.
A breakout fight. He was in need of some exposure. He was in need of something important to happen.
When he finally got a shot is when he signed with Cedric Kushner. And Cedric Kushner was a promoter who usually promoted heavyweights.
I fought one fight.
Let's get to it.
Another tuna fight. And then I fought Philip Holiday. Where the money was, that's where the challenge was. That's where he could get himself noticed.
Here it go right here. My bad. Pulling it up.
By Shane to believe that he.
Let's go.
The skids toward a lot of his big accomplishments, which took place at.
There go Big G right there. Robert Garcia. Robert Garcia's father with him.
And he was a force to be reckoned with.
Let's go. All right, let's go. After losing in the second round at the Olympics, 1996 Olympics, 19-year-old Fernando Vargas made his professional debut in 1997.
Fernando did make the Olympic team in 1996 and did grease the skids toward a lot of his big accomplishments, which took place at an extremely.
Let me correct myself. He did not win a silver medal. You know, he lost in the second round of the Olympics. He qualified for the Olympics, but he did not win a medal. So that's a correction. Fernando Vargas.
Like a lightning rod. He was knocking out everybody.
So that's what people go to see is blood and guts, and Fernando had plenty of both. Which created some concern because the question then becomes whether or not he can go into deeper rounds. Can he sustain the pressures of the likes like Yuri Boy Campos? Yuri Boy Campos was one of those hard guys with a sensational record, and he was regarded as a significant step up in class for Fernando Vargas.
Here's my chance to race 96 for me. Here I'm fighting for a world championship against Yuri Boy Campos.
Fernando Vargas, at 21 years old, is a world champ.
He won the fight. He's a world champion after 15 professional fights, the whole world was open to him.
And then he started to really step up. He fought Raul Marquez, who was an Olympian and former champion.
17 knockouts in a row of ferocious Fernando Vargas.
When Vargas was signed to fight Winky Wright, very few people knew how good Winky Wright actually was. He wasn't really ready for that kind of fight. He had to lose 10 pounds like the last week.
Doubling up on the right crosses Vargas, trying to make a final statement.
He was very lucky to come up with a win.
If he had lost that fight, all that he had gained by beating your boy Campos, I think would have been diminished. So Fernando really needed to follow up with a victory, and he did that.
Then he fights Ike Quartet, one of the toughest men that's ever been in the junior middleweight division.
Vargas pounding Corte into the corner, and Vargas trying to sell Corte. He's the man, and Corte's the fool.
The Quartet fight was his signature performance. He showed
Ike Corte, man. Hall of Famer Ike Corte.
intelligence in that fight as well as attitude.
Man, that was a great fight with Ike Corte. Man, I remember watching it. It was a war. Ike Corte, who a lot of people thought beat De La Hoya at one point. A lot of people, Ike Corte with that bazooka jab, bro. They thought Ike Corte beat De La Hoya back then.
Fernando Vargas has Corte ready to go.
It was brilliant stuff, and it showed you that this was no one-note tune. This was not just a fiery kid who fought on heart and passion. This was a skilled boxer.
One thing that always impressed me about Fernando, he was able to stick to the game plan in the ring and get the results and keep us focused. And that was very impressive. But as it turned out, the disastrous decision was to put him in the ring that soon with Tito Trinidad. I mean, he just wasn't ready.
And now our main event, Felix Trinidad against Fernando Vargas.
There was that element of Mexico versus Puerto Rico.
He was a warrior, bro. He stepped in the ring with Trinidad, bro. You know what I mean? Trinidad, he didn't run from Trinidad, bro. You know what I'm saying? Look, Fernando Vargas stepped in the ring with Felix Trinidad, bro. Trinidad was the most feared man. It wasn't like he got in the ring and he ran from Felix Trinidad. He went in there and went toe-to-toe with the most dangerous man in the planet at the time, Felix Trinidad. And he entertained us, bro, with some of the most, entertaining fights, blood and guts war, him and Felix Trinidad. Trinidad dropped him. He came back, dropped Trinidad. Once he dropped Trinidad, Felix Trinidad started hitting him with low blows. Remember that? Trinidad was hitting them low. You know what I'm saying? Trinidad started getting dirty with him. People feel like that kind of changed the fight. Once Felix Trinidad went down low and started hitting him with those low blows, a lot of people felt like it changed the fight. You know what I mean? Hit the like button right now and subscribe to the channel, bro. H Money giving you that real drip. We talking about the next. You know what I'm saying? Fernando Vargas, Vergil Ortiz, just show you what type of warrior, what type of fights he was in. He fought Felix Trinidad is an all-time great, bro. He's one of the greatest fighters ever, and he went toe-to-toe with him.
Trinidad was an undefeated champion.
That fight starts. Trinidad walks across and knocks him dead.
Left hook by Trinidad, and Vargas is stunned. Vargas is stunned and down.
Yet he gets up. He didn't just get up and survive. No, he got up and dropped the other guy.
Drop Felix. You see him dropped him. Left hook. Left hook, bro. Wait, hold up. Look, we finna go to the other computer where it's louder and it moves quicker. So let's get to the other joint. Let's get it, bro. We on the other joint. Let's go, bro. Let me show you this, man. You know what I mean? Felix Trinidad and Fernando Vargas was a war, bro. That was what you call a blood and guts war. You know what I mean? Let's get to it, bro. Everybody subscribe right now. Hit the like button. Do all the good shit. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. You feel me? Let's get to it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it, my boy. Turn up. Back again. with another one. With another one, bro. Let's go, bro. Let's go, bro. Salute. Let's get to the documentary, bro. Vergil Ortiz, the next Fernando Vargas, bro. Y'all finna enjoy this one. Y'all gonna love this. Trust that. Trust and believe it. Yeah, it had a total of 6 knockdowns. Fernando Vargas versus Felix Trinidad, one of the greatest fights ever, bro. Beautiful footage. What a fight that was. You already know, Coco. I mean, here we go right here. Let's get back to it, bro. It's louder and better on this computer. Come on. Turn up. Moves faster and everything. How good was Fernando? He's a warrior. World champion at 21. Became world champion at 21. Let's go.
I mean, he did a tremendous job, and he deserved to win.
He was anointed one of the top pound-for-pound fighters in the world. The fans loved him. Press loved him.
25. Moses. Any fight, Shane Mosley. Let's not forget about Vargas fighting Shane Mosley. You know what I mean? So my correction, like I said, Vargas, he made it to the Olympics, but he didn't win a medal. He got beat after losing in the second round at the 1996 Olympic Games. 19-year-old Fernando Vargas made his professional debut by knocking out his first 17 opponents and becoming world champion.
Fernando did make the Olympic team in 1996 and did grease the skids toward a lot of his big accomplishments, which took place at an extremely early age.
Fernando Vargas was like a lightning rod. He was knocking out everybody.
So that's what people go to see is blood and guts, and Fernando had plenty of bone,
which created some concern because the question then
that left foot.
whether or not
he had that left foot, man. Vergil Ortiz got that left foot like Fernando Vargas. Ferocious Fernando.
The deeper rounds. Can he sustain the pressures of the likes like Yuri Boy Campos?
Yuri Boy Campos was one of those hard guys with a sensational record, and he was regarded as a significant step up in class for Fernando Vargas.
I used my chance to raise 96 for me. Here I'm fighting for a world championship against Yuri Boy Campos.
Fernando Vargas, at 21 years old, is a world champion.
He won the fight. He's a world champion after 15 professional fights. The whole world was over to him.
And then he started to really step up. He fought Raul Marquez, who was an Olympian and former champion.
17 knockouts in a row of ferocious Fernando Vargas.
Y'all remember Raul Marquez, bro? Big time fighter from Mexico, former world champion, like an Olympian as well. Raul Marquez, he works for Showtime now. You know, he calls the fights on Showtime. You know, he speaks, he does the Spanish. You know, he does the fights in Spanish, but Raul Marquez is still relevant to this day. Fernando Vargas knocked him out too.
Trying to fight
Winky Wright, and then he fights a Hall of Famer, Winky Wright. He faced a Hall of Famer, Winky Wright, bro, when he was around 22 years old. A tough fight. Fought everybody, Vargas.
Doubling up on the right cross is Vargas, trying to make a final statement.
He was very lucky.
Hey, look, this fight right here, it was a close fight. He was only 21. Errol Spence, you know, reminds me of Winky Wright, bro. I got a video calling, you know, Errol Spence, the next Winky Wright coming out.
All that he had gained by beating Yuri Boy Campos, I think, would have been diminished. So Fernando really needed to follow up with a victory, and he did that.
Yeah, that fight against Winky was tough.
Quartet, one of the toughest men that's ever been in the junior middle.
See, Emmanuel Stewart, rest in peace to Emmanuel Stewart, bro. One of the greatest trainers. But yeah, he faced Winky. He faced Winky Wright. Was a hell of a fight. Close fight. He was only 22 years old and faced the Hall of Famer in Winky.
Vargas was signed to fight Winky Wright. Very few people knew how good Winky Wright.
Man, hey, a fight between Vergil Ortiz and Errol Spence gonna be a close fight like Fernando Vargas versus Winky. Trust me.
He wasn't really ready for that kind of fight.
You know, Vargas beat Winky at the end of the day. It was close.
Doubling up on the right cross is Vargas, trying to make a final statement.
He showed his heart against Winky. Came back and beat him.
All that he had gained by beating Boy Campos, I think, would have been diminished. So Fernando really needed to follow up with a victory, and he did that.
Danny fights Corte, one of the toughest men that's ever been in the junior middleweight division.
Vargas pounding Corte into the corner, and Vargas trying to show Corte he's the man, and Corte's the boy.
The Corte fight was his signature performance. He showed qualities of poise and intelligence in that fight, as well as attitude and toughness.
Fernando Vargas has Corte ready to go.
It was brilliant stuff, and it showed you that this was no one-note tune. This was not just a fiery kid who fought on heart and passion. This was a skilled boxer.
Hey, JC, you said Robert Garcia was holding the belt. Let me see. I missed it.
And get the results and keep us focused. And that was very
Which fight was it?
Go into deeper rounds.
Which fight was it? Damn, I missed
The
it.
pressures of the likes like Yuri Boy Campa.
Which fight was that?
When Vargas was signed to fight
Against Winky? Oh, yeah, there you go right there, Robert Garcia. There you go. There you go right there. Look, you know what I'm saying? Vergil Ortiz. That's who you think is Vergil Ortiz trainer. Robert Garcia, who's right here with Fernando Vargas. Robert Garcia said, he said it. Vergil Ortiz reminds him of Fernando Vargas. Ellie Setback told me, bro. Come on now. Giving you that real talk.
Actually was. He wasn't really ready for that kind of fight. He had to lose 10 pounds like the last week.
Doubling up on the right cross is Vargas, trying to make a final statement.
He was very lucky to come out with a win.
If he had lost that fight, all that he had gained by beating Boy Campos, I think, would have been diminished. So Fernando really needed to follow up with a victory, and he did that.
Danny fights Corte, one of the toughest men that's ever been in the junior middleweight division.
Vargas pounding Corte into the corner, and Vargas trying to show Corte he's the man, and Corte's the boy.
The Corte fight was his signature performance. He showed qualities of poise and intelligence in that fight, as well as attitude and toughness.
Fernando Vargas
Rolling, look at him, letting them hands go. Let him go. Big shots, right hands, left hooks. Warrior, ferocious Fernando.
This was a skilled
This is only at like 23 years old. He doing all of this, bro.
He was able to
Fighting everybody. He's about 23. He's 21 years old, becoming world champion, dog.
Very impressive. But as it turned out, the disastrous decision was to put him in the ring that soon with Tito Trinidad. I mean,
And then he fights an all-time great, one of the greatest fighters in the history of boxing, Felix Trinidad.
There was that element of Mexico versus Puerto Rico. Fernando was an undefeated champion. Tito Trinidad was an undefeated champion.
That fight starts. Trinidad Washington Classic knocks him dead.
big left hook by Trinidad, and Vargas is stunned. Vargas has stunned him down.
Yet he gets up. He didn't just get up and survive. No, he got up and dropped the other guy.
And down goes Tito on a big left hook.
He has captured control of the fight. If Trinidad doesn't hit Fernando with one of the most vicious low blows I've ever seen, and maybe Fernando goes on to win.
Exactly. You heard what Jim Lampley just said? If Felix didn't hit him with that low blow, maybe Fernando would have came back and won that fight, bro. You know?
There was a
Facts.
element of Mexico versus.
You know what I mean?
That fight starts. Trinidad Washington Classic knocks him dead.
Big left hook.
It was a war, bro. I remember watching this fight, man, with my dad and my brothers, bro. War Felix Trinidad was my favorite fighter.
No, he got up and dropped the other guy.
Drop Felix. It was a war, back and forth action.
Control of the fight. If Trinidad doesn't hit Fernando with one of the most vicious low blows I've ever seen.
Look at that low blow, bro.
You
You know what I'm saying? Look what Jim Lampley just said.
Yet he gets up. He didn't just get up and survive. No, he got up and dropped the other guy.
Listen what Lampley said.
And down goes Tito on a big left hook.
He has captured control of the fight. If Trinidad doesn't hit Fernando with one of the most vicious low blows I've ever seen, and maybe Fernando goes on to win it.
You hear that? Maybe Fernando could have won.
in him to just fight himself back into the fight after being so severely damaged in the early part of the fight that even though the fight was dead even, I think, in the middle rounds, he had completely exhausted himself.
And that'll do it. The third right hand, the third knockdown of the round. A huge victory
for Tito Trinidad. Trinidad won the fight, but it was difficult to get rid of Fernando Vargas. He was the definition that night of a brave warrior.
Dirty little Tito. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button right away and subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to it, man. I got more for you, bro. Subscribe. Let's go. And then the fight with De La Hoya. You remember the bad blood fight with De La Hoya and Vargas?
Fernando Vargas, who did not win the gold medal, watched Oscar De La Hoya, the golden boy, who did win
The war
gold medal,
between Vargas and De La Hoya, bro. Remember that?
To a much wider audience and resented it. I think Fernando sees himself as underprivileged and Oscar as overprivileged. He made the point long and loud for years in Southern California. I think it was a legitimate process of goading Oscar into the fight. At the end of the day, he got what he wanted.
When he showed up at the press conference, they got into each other's face a little bit.
The words started to be exchanged. And
he pushed De La Hoya.
And Oscar were being separated.
Sometimes people do stuff for TV. Mine wasn't for TV. So emotions get caught up. You know, you wanna fight. That's what happened.
He was a badass.
Mayweather said he didn't know the difference between one Mexican and the other one. Let me just tell you like this, how you can tell the difference. This one has fucking balls.
It certainly had flavor to the hatred that these guys said they had for each other going into that match.
When I saw Fernando at the weigh-in, like my jaw dropped.
To most boxing experts, when they see somebody who's super muscular, it doesn't look right because most boxers are not like that.
It is time for our main event, Oscar De La Hoya versus Fernando Vargas.
This was Fernando's passion. I'm a real Mexican. Oscar's not a real Mexican. I'm a tough fighter. He's a pretty boy. You know, there's no way that he can lose Oscar De La Hoya in his mind.
Vargas, early in the De La Hoya fight, was imposing his size and strength on Oscar.
A big left hook counter upstairs. Drives De La Hoya into the rope.
There were moments in
He
that
popped
fight
dirty,
that looked
bro.
like
Remember, he popped dirty, bro. He ended up popping dirty in that fight. He tested positive for steroids. You know what I mean? Vargas tested dirty in the fight against De La Hoya.
Going to take Oscar out, hammering him against the ropes in 4 different rounds.
What every fighter thinks when you got a fighter in the ropes and you feel you got him, want to finish him. And that's what I try to do.
Little by little, I'm figuring out his game plan. I'm feeling that the right hands are landing. I'm sticking the jab on my toes, kind of like setting him up for the later rounds.
Vargas had it going so well through the 5th. Now De La Hoya in the 6th and 7th and 8th takes command, and his right hand is better than it's ever been before.
and his arms was, from all the excessive weight lift, really couldn't even block the punches. He couldn't even protect himself. That's what happens when you lift weights a lot. It's good when you start off early, but later on your arms become so heavy you can't handle them.
Going into the 10th round, Oscar came out and just really started landing some punches, and Fernando had no answer for them.
He caught me with a lucky shot I did. And I wasn't able to recover in between rounds, and that's the way it went down.
Goes Vargas on another rocket left hook, a sensational left hook.
This was a hurricane, and he wasn't going to be able to stand up against it. Ultimately, that's what happened. Oscar De La Hoya stopped him and broke his heart.
He fought the best, bro. One thing about Vargas, I can tell you that he fought the best, and he only lost to the best, bro. Whether it was he took a loss to De La Hoya, Felix Trinidad, Shane Mosley, bro. He fought the best, and he only lost to the best. All Hall of Famers, bro. There go Robert Garcia with him right there. You see me? There go Robert Garcia with him. That's Vergil Ortiz trainer with him right there. Robert Garcia walking him back to the locker room. That's a Vergil Ortiz trainer, the same trainer as Vergil. Robert Garcia compares him. He tested positive. He said he didn't know what was in his body. You know what I mean?
He was fined $100,000 and was taken 9 months out of his career. So it was a pretty stiff penalty.
When the news broke that he had tested positive for steroids, there wasn't a lot of harsh eyebrows because during the weigh-in he looked so muscular that I knew something was up.
I thought he handled himself very professionally. Fernando came to the hearing with his family. He learned, I think, a very important lesson. Any time you put something in your body, you better know what it is.
I don't blame nobody but myself. You know, and every time you point the finger, there's always to the pointing back. I learn from that. I learn from my mistakes.
Well, after the suspension, Fernando came back against Fitz Vanderpool, fought Ray Joval, fought Javier Castillejo. Even though he was able to win easily, they certainly weren't the sort of exciting and enthralling fights that the fans had grown to love Vargas for.
He may never be able to get beyond what we've seen against Raymond Joval and Javier Castillejo, and if that's the case, he's probably not going to beat Shane Mosley.
Then he faced Mosley. You know what I mean?
Both of them are big question.
Then he came back and faced Mosley, bro.
Shane Mosley is not his speed.
Everybody hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I want to play y'all my call when I called in Ellie setback. You know what I mean? I want to play you my call real quick. Let's go, bro. Vergil Ortiz out here sparking people. Vergil Ortiz sparking people as well, bro. You know what I'm saying? Everybody subscribe right now to the channel and hit the like button. Do all the good stuff, bro. He didn't duck anybody. You know what I'm saying? He didn't duck anybody. He faced Trinidad. He became a world champion at 21, beating Yuri Boy Campos, a man who had 107 wins. And then he beats Ike Corte. You know what I'm saying? Winky Wright. Look at the names on his resume. Hall of Famers. Hall of Famers all over the resume for this kid, bro. Everybody subscribe right now to the channel. Hit the like button. I got something for y'all, man. My call, when I call in Ellie setback. You know what I mean? Let's get to it. When I talked about the Errol Spence fight, because you know Vergil Ortiz and Errol Spence been going back and forth. Errol Spence been talking real breezy lately, talking about Vergil Ortiz like he tough. I'm telling you, Ortiz want that smoke. He the next Vargas, bro. He'll fight anybody, bro. You know what I mean? He'll fight anybody, no cap. Ortiz, look, I got the juice like Ortiz.
At least Vergil responded and then stayed quiet. So
yeah, Vergil Ortiz got beef. They
it's not no joke, man.
Vergil Ortiz and Errol Spence beef. It's real.
Let the person.
According to he said he had the first fight 7. Did you sue to her?
Good. My wife worked.
Let's get to it. See when I called in.
I'm trying to think.
Been trying to play it cool, but Elliot.
Here go right here.
Like Vergil has to defend his honor. Errol Spence should have him first. You know, Vergil Ortiz was minding his business.
Vergil Ortiz versus Spence. H Money calls in.
Thank you so much. What's your name?
My name is Jessica.
Jessica, thanks for the call. We appreciate it. Thank you.
You got it. Thank you.
I'll break it down.
There you have it. Thanks so
Vergil
much
Ortiz,
for calling.
fam.
If you guys want to call in, 818-522-0221. Thank you, Jessica, for the call. Delilah. You guys want to call in 818-522-0221. Getting a lot of text messages too. Hello?
Yo, what's up, Mr. Zone?
What's up, Mr. DAZN? How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, Ellie, especially after all this beef between Vergil Ortiz and Errol Spence. You know, I know you've been trying to play it cool, but Ellie, it looks like Vergil has to defend his honor. Errol Spence took a shot at him first. You know, Vergil Ortiz was minding his business, and he's a fighter. 15 wins, 15 knockouts. You know, against credible opponents, Mauricio Herrera, a man who gave Danny Garcia a very tough fight. You know, he won Errol Spence. I actually did a video about this 2 weeks ago. Vergil Ortiz, he's been cleaning him out. Zone made a video, said in the future. He didn't say like right away the next fight, but Vergil said in the future. And it's like his dad said, I mean, like a year and a half or 2 years, you know, he's going to be ready for all these guys. In this fight, is Vergil Ortiz, a man who's dedicated to his craft. You know, we don't hear about Vergil Ortiz getting into any problem out the ring. The guy is dedicated to the sport. He has a great trainer, Robert Garcia. Errol Spence, in his last fight, was very tough against Sean Porter. Sean Porter gave him a very tough fight, Ellie. I think Vergil Ortiz beat Errol Spence. Not only he beat him, but he stopped him. I think Vergil has better cardio. You know what I mean? He has a better engine. He can go 12 rounds strong. You know, we haven't seen him go 12 rounds because he's knocking everybody out. You know, Spence, he said he wants Danny Garcia. He wants to clear out, you know, the PBC side. He wants to, you know, he wants like all the PBC weight, and then he looks at a upper fight. You know, I think Vergil Ortiz, he's the wild card in the welterweight division. He's potentially the best welterweight in the world, Ellie. With the punching power, he got the IQ. That's the best trainer in the world, Robert Garcia. Ellie, I want to see this fight. I think Vergil will finish Errol Spence. You know what I mean? I think he'll finish him.
It's definitely going to be a big fight when it happens. It's not going to happen for a couple of years. They'll both be at 154. And we'll see. But look, Derek Jones is also a great coach. Errol Spence is a great fighter. Vergil's a great fighter. Robert's a great coach. It's going to be a great showdown.
Yes, definitely. But you know, Robert Garcia, he has a history of taking undefeated fighters, taking their own. He has a history of beating undefeated fighters. Whether it was Adrian Broner, you know, with Marcos Maidana, or was it, you know, Maurice Hooker with Jose Ramirez, and next is going to be Errol Spence. We calling you out, Spence, live on Ellie Setbacks, live on ES News. Vergil wants it. No excuses, Spence. Let's go. Step up to the plate, man. Appreciate it, Ellie. Let's set it up, Ellie. Let's start it up, man. This is the biggest news in boxing. Spence versus Vergil. Let's go.
You guys heard Mr. The Zone, Mr. Money. All right, thanks for tuning in.
Exactly.
Thanks for the call. So that's one of Vergil Ortiz's biggest fans. He wants to see the Errol Spence fight. If you guys want to call in,
exposing Spence, bro. We out here exposing Spence, bro.
Texas, hello.
We out here exposing Errol Spence, bro. We calling you out. You know what I'm saying? We calling him out, bro. We just called out Spence, bro, on ES News. You know what I'm saying? Vergil Ortiz and Errol Spence been going back and forth. They don't like each other right now. Errol Spence was hating on him. He was hating on him, bro. Errol Spence started hating on Vergil Ortiz because he knows he's coming. Vergil Ortiz caught them out. Vergil Ortiz said in two years, you know, we going to be ready. A year and a half, 2 years from now, Errol Spence, we going to be ready for the fight. Errol Spence get on, do an interview talking shit about Vergil Ortiz, saying, I remember him crying back in the day and this and that. Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Vergil Ortiz ain't been nothing but respectful to you. You hear me? Vergil Ortiz been respectful to Errol Spence this whole time. Soon as Vergil Ortiz is supposed to want to fight you, Spence, you're a champion. Vergil Ortiz is supposed to want to fight the best. Instead, Spence, you know what I'm saying, get on, do an interview talking trash about Vergil Ortiz, bro. Saying, oh, Vergil Ortiz, I remember him as a kid. We used to be in the same gym, and he used to be a crybaby and all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So Vergil Ortiz comes back, you know, fires shots back at Errol Spence. You know what I mean? Vergil Ortiz is the real deal, bro, if you didn't know, bro. This kid is the real deal, bro. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Hit the like button right now and subscribe to the channel. So now we starting to find out that Errol Spence, you know what I'm saying? Errol Spence is a hater. He's actually sitting back hating on Vergil Ortiz, bro. You know what I'm saying? Spence, you was calling out those same guys. You was out there calling out Keith Thurmans. You was saying you wanted to fight everybody. You know what I'm saying? Don't duck, Errol. Spence won it, bro. And then Vergil Ortiz, dad, roasted Errol Spence, you know what I'm saying, for being a drunk. You know what I mean? These guys is ready to fight. They both from Dallas. You talking about Errol Spence from Dallas? Vergil Ortiz, he's from Dallas. They both from Texas. Who's the real king of Texas, bro? I ain't never heard about Vergil Ortiz drinking and driving, getting drunk, Coco. You know what I'm saying? And we seen what happened to Spence in his last fight against Sean Porter when he struggled. You know what I mean? You put him in there with a young lion, an undefeated fighter. You know what I'm saying? You know what's going to happen, Coco. You know what I mean? Spence knows what's going to happen. He trying to avoid it. You know what I mean? He trying to avoid it, man. Spence is a hoe for that, bro. You know what I'm saying? For talking shit about Vergil Ortiz, bro. For him talking trash about Vergil Ortiz, he a hoe for that. Vergil Ortiz smokes him, bro. He smokes him. Spence is not the same fighter that he once was, bro. You know what I'm saying? Spence is definitely not the same fighter that he was, bro. Everybody subscribe to the channel and hit the like button, bro. We want Spence. We want Spence, bro. You know what I mean? Everybody hit the like button right now and subscribe to the channel. We want Spence as soon as possible. You know what I'm saying? And then look, this what let me show you what this clown said, Errol Spence, bro. I got the interview right here with this clown, Errol Spence. He was talking greasy about my boy Vergil Ortiz, bro. Vergil Ortiz supposed to want to fight you, bro. How you gonna get mad at Vergil? You know what I mean? And then he was talking shit. He was like, because Vergil said he wants it in a year and a half or 2 years. And then Spencer was like, let's go, bro. This is that interview right here. Clown, bro. He was talking shit about Vergil Ortiz right here. Clown. See this shit, bro. It's clown ass dude, Errol Spence, bro. We lost Errol to the streets.
Especially like there's and you looking at the crowd, you see.
We lost Errol to the streets, didn't it? Too many.
To retire now, could. So, you know, I'm just grateful.
Clown shit.
When Al was talking about right now.
If I had 2 questions for you, Errol, I know that you're typically a quiet guy, but are you excited?
Let's see.
Personality. What is your real personality? Side calling fights like yours, and you know,
be close to your loved ones, speak to your, sure that you know everybody's good.
See what this clown had to say.
You were in there.
yeah, I was on TV. He knows my goal is to become undisputed welterweight champion of the world. Or something like that.
Errol, how long do you see yourself?
See this shit, bro. Talking crazy.
Work, but that's definitely you know, Fox.
He ain't talking about shit.
2 years he might be ready.
Oh, here it go right here. Found it. Facts.
You know,
I found it, dog.
Challenge me about 2-3 years. It's good they know that you know 2-3 years he might be ready. You know, but
he talking shit. He was like 2 or 3 years. Cause look, Vergil said in 2 or 3 years. Vergil 22.
Much respect to him doing this thing. And
let me show you this shit, bro.
I think 15 knockouts, 16 knockouts.
Here we go.
You know, and looking to challenge me about 2-3 years. It's good they know that.
Look, he asked him about Vergil.
For me, you know, that's good because I mean, me and Vergil started at the same gym.
He said they started at the same gym, him and Vergil.
Because I know a younger guy, you know, what to take. He wants what's mine. So.
Years ago when you were coming up.
I mean, it just shows they're hungry. That's what it's about. I mean, you gotta show that you're hungry. You gotta show that, you know, that you want the top dog and you want to take their spot. And, you know, as for me, you know, that keeps me on my toes because I know, you know, a younger guy, you know, what to take. He wants.
Let's get to it.
Yeah, I want to fight Spence because I remember you were like that years ago when you were coming up. you go ahead and I'm sure the energy, the electricity. There's a kid in your area, though, who says he's about 2 years away from fighting you, Vergil Ortiz Jr. You went ahead and you posted a photo. He was a little kid with you, and you're obviously more, higher on the food chain. But you kind of like the fact that these prospects are calling you out. They're like, yeah, I want to fight Spence, because I remember you were like that years ago when you were coming up.
I mean, it just shows they're hungry. That's what it's about. I mean, you got to show that you're hungry. You got to show that that you want the top dog and you want to take their spot. As for me, that keeps me on my toes, because I know a younger guy, willing to take. He wants what's mine. So he willing to work hard. And he willing to do whatever it takes to do to get to that point. So for me, that's good, because me and Vergil started at the same gym, World Boxing Gym.
See, him and Vergil Ortiz started at the same gym. But let me show you, he was talking shit though.
Keeps me on my toes, because I know
he was really talking shit.
Like that years ago when you were coming up.
He said Vergil Ortiz calling you out. You know what I mean? They letting them know.
He's about 2 years away from fighting you, Vergil Ortiz Jr. You went ahead and you posted a photo when he was a little kid with you, and you're obviously more, higher on the food chain. But you kind of like the fact that these prospects are calling you out. They're like, yeah, I want to fight Spence, because I remember you were like that years ago when you were coming up.
I mean, it just shows they're hungry. That's what it's about. I mean, you got to show that you're hungry. You got to show that that you want the top dog and you want to take their spot. And, as for me, that keeps me on my toes, because I know a younger guy, willing to take. He wants what's mine. So he willing to work hard and he willing to do whatever it takes to do to get to that point. So for me, that's good, because me and Vergil started at the same gym, World Boxing Gym. We had the same coach and everything, and just to see him get to that point, he's great seeing, because I remember him as a little kid, a little crybaby kid.
I remember him as a kid, as a crybaby kid, talking shit. See, he's talking shit.
But now I see him get to this point, and looking to challenge me in about 2 or 3 years. It's good they know that 2 or 3 years he might be ready.
See, he's saying, so Spence says it's good that he knows in 2 to 3 years he might be ready. Nigga, Spence, you ain't fought for your first title until you was like 26 against Kell Brook. You know what I'm saying? So he's throwing shade on Vergil Ortiz, because Vergil Ortiz said about 2 years. So he's saying it's good that he knows he ain't ready. You know what I'm saying? That's why Vergil got mad. You know what I mean? Well, that's exactly why Vergil Ortiz got mad, bro. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you over here calling me a crybaby, and then you saying, oh, I ain't ready, and this and that. You know what I'm saying? He only 21, 22. He just turned 22 years old, bro. Come on, Spence. Stop with the bullshit, bro. The shenanigans, bro. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he had too much to drink. You know what I mean? Maybe he was drunk again and he started saying some dumb shit. You know what I mean? Because Vergil Ortiz ain't been nothing but respectful to you. You know what I'm saying? You did the same thing when you was calling out these guys. So now you want to take shots at Vergil, bro. You should be happy that Vergil want to fight you. I thought you was a boogeyman and you couldn't find no fights, bro. And now on top of that, bro, now you started this bad blood. Now all that respect is out the window, Errol Spence, because you went behind the man's back, did interviews talking shit about him. You know, Vergil Ortiz is doing what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to be calling out the best. He should want to fight the best, Spence. You know what I'm saying? Instead, you try to throw him under the bus, calling him a crybaby and saying, oh, it's good that he knows that he's not ready. Spence, that was a whole move, bro. Spence, that was a whole move, bro. And guess what? You beat his friend. Spence, remember this, Coco. Errol Spence beat Vergil Ortiz's friend and Mikey Garcia, Robert Garcia's brother. You know what I'm saying? Guess what? Vergil Ortiz, he's going to get that Mikey. He's going to get Mikey Garcia's revenge, bro. That's a revenge fight, bro. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do this for Mikey, bro. Spence, this one is for Mikey, bro. You know what I'm saying? Vergil Ortiz going to knock you out, bro. You are not the same fighter that you once was. Blowing up in weight. And then on that same interview, Errol Spence goes around and guess what he says, Coco? Errol Spence is saying, oh, man, I'm more dedicated to the sport now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not walking around at 200 and something pounds. I'm not walking around 200 pounds in between fights. Bruh, We knew you wasn't in shape before. We knew you was a weight bully and you was struggling to make weight, Spence. You know what I'm saying? We knew that, bro. You was blowing up to 200 pounds in between fights. You know what I'm saying? And then when it's the fight day, when it's time to fight, you killing yourself to make weight and you looking all sick and skinny. You know what I'm saying? You looking all sick and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to lose all that weight. You're not dedicated to the sport, Spence. You're not dedicated like you once was. Now you got a young, hungry fighter who's motivated. You know what I'm saying? He knows that Vergil Ortiz is a threat. That's why he tried to throw him under the bus, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this thing going, bro. My boy Vergil Ortiz is ready. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, what about Vergil Ortiz? You know what I'm saying? Being ranked in the WBO. You know what I'm saying? We could go to the WBO and we go see that Vergil Ortiz is ranked for Terrence Crawford, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's ranked right there. He wants a piece of Crawford as well. He's calling out all these guys. Just show up when it's time to fight. You know, Crawford, we tired of watching you fight these guys like Kavaliauskas and all these other bums. You know what I mean? We want to see you fight the best, Crawford. And when that's going to be. We've been waiting for quite some time now. You know what I'm saying? We're tired of waiting. Let's go to the WBO rankings right here. And I can show you where Vergil Ortiz is ranked. He's a top 5 fighter in the WBO. You know what I mean? WBO, he's ranked top 5, bro. Let's get to it. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button right now. Let's go to the rankings, bro. Where the fucking rankings at? The WBO rankings. Everybody subscribe to the channel right now and hit the like button. Let's get to it, bro. Seriously. WBO, bro. I'm giving you that real deal. Subscribe right now. Let's go. Vergil is ready. The WBO welterweight rankings. Come on, man. Give me that, bro. We ready. My boy Vergil is ranked top 5 for Terrence Crawford, bro. You know what I mean? I think Vergil beats all these guys. The Terrence Crawford, I think he knocks out Crawford. We seen Crawford get hurt by Gamboa. We seen Kavaliauskas drop him. You know what I mean? We seen him get dropped by Kavaliauskas, point blank, period. Let's make it happen. The welterweight division. Vergil Ortiz is right there, bro. For Terrence Crawford, welterweight, there it go right there. Vergil Ortiz ranked number 2. Coco, damn. He moved up to number 2 in the WBO for Terrence Crawford, bro. You see this shit? He was just number 5. Now he's number 2. So he moved up number 2. He's going to get that title shot, I believe, at Terrence Crawford first. You know what I mean? Y'all see it. Yeah, he had a heart attack, Coco. I heard, man, we hope Barry Hearn get better really soon, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to Eddie Hearn, man. Hope Eddie Hearn is, you know what I'm saying, is okay. I know his father had a second heart attack. You know what I mean? But Coco, look, Vergil Ortiz is ranked number 2 in the WBO. You see this shit for Terrence Crawford belt. WBO world champion Danny Garcia is number 1. Number 2 is Vergil Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? Word on the street is Danny Garcia has been ducking. He's been ducking that Terrence Crawford fight. All right, go to the number 2 contender then, Crawford. Why you don't take that number 2 contender? You know what I'm saying? Vergil Ortiz. Vergil Ortiz ranked number 2 in the WBO. I can't wait for Ellie to go live today, bro. Now, Vergil, I'm about to call Ellie tonight. You know what I'm saying? And we going to break it down. Yeah, I hope he's okay, man. You know what I'm saying? Vergil Ortiz ranked number 2 for Terrence Crawford, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's make it happen. You know what I mean? Let's make it happen. Or fight Danny Garcia. You know, we going through what we going through right now. So when boxing come back, why don't you fight Danny Garcia? You know what I'm saying? Then the Vergil Ortiz fight, that'll be like a year from now. No telling when boxing is going to return, bro. So boxing will probably be back, you know what I'm saying? Maybe, who knows, bro. But by the time Terrence Crawford faces Danny Garcia, you know what I'm saying? Vergil Ortiz, it'll be a year and a half by then. You know what I'm saying? Don't duck. Terrence Crawford, don't duck. You know what I mean? Do not duck Vergil Ortiz. Errol Spence, do not duck. You know what I mean? Errol Spence, you struggled against Sean Porter because you're not in shape, because you like to get drunk. You come in drunk against Vergil Ortiz, you're going to get sparked. You know what I mean? Look, he comes in there like that against Vergil Ortiz, bro, he going to get smoked. You heard me? He going to get smoked. You know what I mean? Straight up and down, bro. Vergil Ortiz, 15 wins, 15 knockouts, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's set the fade up, bro. I want to see the fight. Vergil Ortiz and Terrence Crawford, bro. Let's make it happen. He's ranked number 2. You remember that video, that last Vergil Ortiz fight, Coco? And I was talking about Terrence Crawford versus Vergil Ortiz. Bro, let's make it happen, dog. We tired of waiting. We ready to make it happen immediately, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to it, bro. Straight up and down. Giving you that real sauce, bro. I'm giving you that real drip. Vergil Ortiz, the 2019 Prospect of the Year on ESPN, bro. He's not even an ESPN fighter. He's a DAZN fighter, bro. And ESPN giving him number 1, bro. That's how good he's been, bro. Vergil Ortiz been sparking people, bro. You know what I mean? Everybody hit the like button right now and subscribe to the channel. The dude is a true 15 wins, 15 knockouts, bro. Let's go, bro. Look, I got the juice like Ortiz. Hey, a knockout machine. Let's go take a look at a couple of his knockouts, bro. Knockout machine, Vergil Ortiz. Let's go take a look how he's been breaking these dudes down, bro. You know what I mean? Out here just destroying these guys, bro. Just humiliating these dudes, bro. You know what I mean? I got the juice like Ortiz. Hey, I got the juice like Ortiz. I got the juice like Ortiz. Hey, I got the juice like Ortiz. I got the juice like Ortiz. Hey, you hear me? He out here fucking people up, bro. Vergil out here just destroying people, Coco. Knocking their heads off, my boy. I got the juice like Ortiz. I got the juice like Ortiz. Look, I got the juice like Ortiz. I got the juice like Ortiz. Hey, I got the juice like Ortiz. Hey, I got the juice like Ortiz. Hey, I got the juice like Ortiz. I got the juice like Ortiz. Hey. Look at these knockouts. Let me show you some of these Vergil knockout machine. 15 wins, 15 knockouts. He got 100% knockout ratio, bro. 100%. You know what I mean? Nobody has been 12 rounds with Vergil. You know what I'm saying? He got too much power. You hear me? Look, I got the juice like Ortiz. Hey. I got the juice like Ortiz. Man, he out here sparking these boys. Vergil out here sparking these boys, Coco. Young Fernando Vargas. Damn, that should be jittery as hell, bro. Let me go to the other joint, bro. Look, I got the juice like Ortiz. I got the juice like Ortiz.
Brought us a huge right hand from the 18-year-old Vergil Ortiz early on in his pro debut. Oh, big steel stun. The big knockdown in the first. Oh, a body shot. And it's over. Eddie Hernandez is
Yeah. Look, I got the juice like Ortiz. I got the juice like Ortiz. Hey, let me play it on the other one, bro. On the other joint. I got the juice like Ortiz. I got the juice like Ortiz. 15 wins, 15 knockouts. One of the biggest names in boxing already, man. This guy's a sensation, bro. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised if more people, you know what I'm saying, knew who Vergil Ortiz was, you know what I mean, than these other guys. You know what I mean? More people know who Vergil Ortiz is than they know who Sean Porter is, bro. He's a star, bro. Mexican superstar. We know Mexicans, you know, always giving us world champions, bro. We know that, bro. Vergil Ortiz. I got the juice like Ortiz. Subscribe right now. Hit the like button. Coco the Don in the building. You know what I mean?
See, there's age 18 as Ortiz makes his
18 years old, made his debut.
Vergil Ortiz, Julio Rodas in the blue.
Look at him slugging.
Slugging right away. As the old timers would say, it looks like both guys are double parked.
Oh, over the hand right. Over the hand right. Look at that, man. Looking like Vargas with that power. Looking like a young Fernando Vargas knocking people out, bro. Sparking them out. You know what I mean?
Oh, body shot, and it is it. It's over. Eddie Hernandez.
I got the juice like Ortiz, my boy.
Professional
He started off, look. Vergil Ortiz started off professional at 18 years old. Fernando Vargas turned pro at 19. Very close.
Number you see there is age 18 as Ortiz makes his professional debut. Vergil Ortiz, Julio Rodas in the blue. They come out slugging right away. As the old timers would say, it looks like both guys are double parked here. Oh, right hand drops. Rodas. Oh, huge right hand from the 18-year-old Vergil Ortiz early on in his pro debut. Oh, big steel stun. It's a big knockdown in the first. Oh, body shot, and it is it. It's over. Eddie Hernandez has stepped in and protected.
Cooperate. So you took Hernandez, as I mentioned, is 1-3 with down goes Hernandez.
Perfect right hand into the fight.
It's all over. He's going on the doctor. Not even bothering to count. So one big punch landed, and that's it.
And Grand Prairie goes back. Self-taught guitar. Doug Fisher was here. He left upstairs. Good cop. See the eyes of down.
And that was a jab that caught right. It caught Garcia coming straight in.
And I don't know if he's getting up on that one. Eyes are closed. And it is over. A first round KO for Vergil Ortiz. He's now 3-0.
Crazy power. That boy got crazy power. Jab, look at him setting it up. Oh, double jab, right hand. Combinations, punches and bunches. Great techniques, man. He's so accurate. Oh, right. Look how accurate he is, bro. Young Fernando Vargas right here. Vergil Ortiz. Set it up with the jab, baby. Oh, big right hand. Go to the body. Left hook to the body. Right hand. Big combination to the body right there. Left hook to the body. Look at that body punching, bro. Great body punching from Vergil.
Saw that right away, Doug.
Oh, setting it up, making that investment for a young fighter. For a young fighter to understand to go to the body like that is incredible. You know what I'm saying? Big right hand over the top. Left hook, Vergil Ortiz. Woo! Look at that power, bro. Young Fernando Vargas right here doing his thing. Young Fernando.
Dangerous. His opponent, Jesus Alvarez, getting hit in the body immediately.
Jab, set it up. Left hook to the body. Right hand to the body. Young Fernando, just like Vargas. Right hand, let's go. Let's go. Get loose with it. Right hand combinations, left hook. Let's go, Ortiz. Give it to him.
Body should use that hook, not just one time. If you notice, he go up top or he go down the bottom. Like he just did that.
Such a great fighter, man.
Upstairs.
Right hand. Oh. Finished him. Left hook.
Hands up so he won't get hit as clean as he did before.
Man, this guy is spectacular. Unbelievable fighter, bro. Thunderous power. Young Fernando.
10 rounds.
He's the truth, bro.
He says one of the guys out there that's
Yo,
what an
this kid is the truth, bro.
That's not the hip.
What a punch. Ortiz is ready. Vergil is ready, Coco.
Snapping that jab.
For real.
Body.
Oh, left hook. Right hand.
It was the combination
Give it
that
to
got
him.
the reaction of the buck.
Oh, give it to him. Left hook to the body.
With that jab.
Jab.
He got reaction.
Uppercuts. Woo! Too much power.
Moving him onto the
Too
ropes.
much power.
The other 8 guys he's fought, yeah.
Damn.
Dig it to the body. You can hear it.
He beat the hell out of him.
The crowd throwing an eye with this punch.
Left hook. Oh, big left hook to the temple. Jab upstairs, Vergil.
Staying up. And that's it. It is over.
Gotta stop it. Too much power, bro. He's gonna kill somebody in the ring, bro. He gonna end up killing one of these men, bro. He gonna kill one of these dudes in the ring. Left hook to temple shot again. Too much techniques with his punches, bro. Solid defense too. Great jab. He can box, man, as well. More than a puncher. He got skills, man. Setting his punches are very accurate. Sharp. Combinations. Left hook to the body. Got him on the ropes. You know what I mean? Look at that body shot, bro. For a young fighter to throw body shots like that, to be a great body puncher like that, at such a young age is incredible. Beating the hell out of these folks. Give it to him. Oh, combinations, Vergil. Oh, that's man. Look at that, bro. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna show this one more punch. Look at that right. Oh man, what a punch. Damn, right on the button, bro. He got skills, Coco. He's a real deal, bro. Ain't no doubt about it. This kid is a real deal, bro. This kid is the real deal, bro. You know what I'm saying? The similarities between Vergil Ortiz and Fernando Vargas is insane. Same height, 5'10". Same reach. The reach, 70-inch reach for both of them. You know what I'm saying? Training with Robert Garcia. You know, Vergil Ortiz working with Robert Garcia. We all know Fernando Vargas came from Robert Garcia's father. You know what I'm saying? Roberto Garcia, Big G, took him in, you know what I mean, when he was nothing. You know what I mean? When Fernando Vargas was out there in Oxnard, California, in the streets, who took him in? Roberto Garcia took him in. You know what I mean? Took him in. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. Subscribe. You know what I mean? Salute. Giving you that real deal, bro. That real deal Holyfield, bro. You was such a warrior back in the day. You know what I mean? Incredible fighter. You know what I mean? A great champion, Fernando Vargas. He was a great champion, dog. Vergil Ortiz is the next Fernando Vargas. Trust and believe that, bro. Hit the like button. Let me show you some of these Fernando Vargas top 10 knockouts. Look at that same body shot. Vergil was throwing that same left hook to the body. Vergil was throwing that same left hook to the body. Look at Fernando setting up left hooks, bringing it upstairs, man. They both had tremendous power in both of their hands, bro. This is what they did, bro. Ferocious Fernando. Oh, big left hook, left uppercut, big left hand, bro. Vergil Ortiz started off his career Fernando Vargas started off his career with 17 wins and 17 knockouts. Vergil Ortiz right now, 15 wins and 15 knockouts. I think Vergil Ortiz breaks Fernando Vargas' record. I think he'll get more than 17 knockouts in a row. Vergil probably get like 20 knockouts in a row, bro. You know what I mean? He's a knockout artist. Both of these guys, great finishers, bro. Great finishers. Attacking, putting it together. Combination. Look at the hand speed from Vargas. That left hand to the body, setting him up all over his opponent. You know, that same style. They got that same style, bro. Training with the Garcias. Against Sid Vanderpool right there. That's against Sid Vanderpool. Finished him off. Combinations, right hands. You know what I mean? Giving it to him. He's ferocious, bro. They called him Ferocious Fernando for a reason. They called him Ferocious Fernando for a reason, my boy. Ooh, put it together. Referee forced to stop it. Big shots by Vargas. Finish him off, bro. You know what I mean? Uppercut. Look at that, bro. Look at Vargas' hand speed. Oh, man. He was a hell of a fighter, man, coming up in the game. Fernando Vargas was a world-class fighter coming up, bro. You know what I mean? I thought I'd never see the next Fernando Vargas until I seen Vergil Ortiz. And then I was like, yes, we found the next Fernando Vargas, bro. You know what I mean? Vargas was one of the biggest names in the sport at a young age, bro. Doing pay-per-views with Trinidad at 24. You know what I mean? Pay-per-views with De La Hoya, generating big numbers. Vergil Ortiz can do the same thing. Mega star, bro. You know what I mean? Vergil going to be a mega star, bro. Everybody hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Wow. Big shot, man. Big right hand down the pipe. Beautiful right. Raul Marquez. Oh, that's against Raul Marquez. You know what I mean? Raul Marquez was an Olympian, bro. 17 knockouts in a row. You heard him? Y'all think I was bullshitting? With Jim Lampley just say 17 knockouts in a row, didn't it?
Fernando Vargas. Too many power punches.
Look. 17 knockouts in a row. 17 knockouts in a row. I told you. Told y'all, bro. Vergil Ortiz, 15 knockouts in a row. Very similar how they started off their careers. Vargas was a champion, though, after 15 fights. That's the only difference. Vergil hasn't got a title shot yet. He's going to come soon against Terrence Crawford. He's number 2.
Shot by Vargas. He stays right on top of Stevenson, who now holds on. Oh, and Stevens goes down. Is it still a knockdown? Yes. Out of nowhere, Vargas puts Stevens down. He may not get up.
Flores the aggressor. Just Vargas again with a little right.
You got Vargas. He was slick too. He can box very fast, quick.
Vargas is fighting the wrong.
Left hook. Oh, look at that left hook. Right hand. Right hand to the body, Vargas. Walking him down. Left hook. Lands right hand to the body. Oh, man, what a fighter. Double uppercuts. Hand speed combinations. They're going to have to stop this one. He can't continue, bro. He spit his mouthpiece out. He made him spit his mouthpiece out. You know what I mean?
For holding and hitting or for hitting behind the head?
Hitting behind the head.
Ross Thompson was talking all that shit. Vargas knocked him out. Look how he did him. Oh! Big right hand.
Absolutely. That was a combination. Thompson grabs and holds as Vargas does damage along the ropes.
Ferocious. Destroyed that boy, man.
It's just going to be a matter of time. It's still a little too slow and very vulnerable to Vargas' short punches. I just hope that Vargas doesn't get too excited.
Hall of Famer Fernando Vargas. In his face, look at him talking trash to him. All up in his face, bro, letting him know what it was. You know what I mean? Ferocious. Fernando. That Mexican style, bro. Mexican style. Finish him. Finish him. Right hand combination. Letting it go. Let go, bro. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Energetic and willing, Vargas is imposing his power on him in such a way that Clark takes fewer and fewer risks.
Damn. Beautiful body shots. We see Vergil just knocking people out with body shots. We just seen Vergil Ortiz knocking people out with body shots, bro. And Fernando doing the same thing.
Vargas comes right back to the body with the left hook. Boom. A good one to the chin.
Manager and trainer. Clark has been more aggressive, and he's walked into 3 knockdown punches.
And those 3 knockdown rolls.
Too much power, bro.
Looking at his fighter, and you want me to go on.
Too much power might break your jaw.
As if to say, yeah, I want you to go on, and Vargas gets the chance.
Oh, combinations.
And right crosses, and that ought to be enough.
Woo! Too much power, my boy.
Came to the same conclusion at once as both.
To bring that confidence with him. And look at this confidence from Vargas. I asked him his style
Damn.
now and how it's changed. He says, I'm more of an intelligent boxer now, and you can see that. He's been hit very few times. Look at that.
Over with right hand. He out senseless, bro. He didn't wake up anytime soon, bro. You know what I mean? He didn't wake up anytime soon, Coco. You know that. I got to get an interview in with my boy Vergil Ortiz, ain't it, bro? Let me get an interview with Vergil Ortiz, bro. You know what I mean? Salute. Everybody hit the like button right now and subscribe to the channel. It's H Money, Mr. The Zone. You remember, hey, Fernando Vargas and Ricardo Mayorga, that shit was funny as hell.
These two former champions will take on each other at the Staples Center September 8th. I'm talking about Fernando Vargas and Ricardo Mayorga. They join us this evening from Miami.
I'm gonna give your wife a favor. I'm gonna do your wife a favor and not let her cry anymore after they disfigure every time that you go into the ring.
Vargas and Mayorga throwing hands at the press conference. Street fight at the press conference. Vargas was whooping Mayorga's ass, bro.
I'm gonna give your wife a favor. I'm gonna do your wife a favor and not let her cry anymore after they disfigure every time that you go into the ring.
That was gangster, bro. That shit was some gangster shit. From Vargas and Mayorga at the press conference, bro. You know what I'm saying? Vargas was a real gangster, bro. He was a gangster, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can't even deny it.
A lot of pointing, some pushing and shoving. Punches were traded. As you can see, Fernando Vargas highly agitated, as is Mayorga. Mayorga starting it with the comments about Vargas.
This shit was funny as hell, bro.
Fernando, what from your perspective?
That was funny as hell back then.
Short weeks ago at the Staples
Yeah,
Center
that was
press
lit.
conference.
I can't deny that back then, bro. That was, you know, Fernando Vargas got sons too. His kids, they be boxing too, bro. So y'all gotta watch out for Fernando Vargas, his kids, man. He got about 3 sons and they all fight. So you want to watch out for him, bro. Everybody hit the like button right now and subscribe to the channel, bro. Here you go, Vargas. When he arrived at the arena against De La Hoya, you know what I mean? When he faced De La Hoya, this is when he arrived.
Okay, Fran, just a short while ago, trailing Oscar De La Hoya for just a few minutes, Fernando Vargas.
Vargas,
on
bro,
the scene.
soldier. Out of Cali, you know me. I'm a Cali boy. I'm out of LA, man. He from Oxnard,
hotel
California.
suite. A group of us from HBO waiting to talk with Vargas yesterday. He was in the process of getting
This
a
one
haircut,
boxing was
most
the
of it
truth,
closely
bro.
shaved, but he left a little bit of that forelock out in front, reminiscent of the look he favored just after the 1996 Olympics when he was favored to win gold.
Hell of a fighter
and came
back in
away
the
with
day,
the bronze.
Fernando Vargas.
As Fran Charles says, as most of you know, Vargas makes no attempt
He with
to
Chavez,
conceal
look.
his
Julio
contempt
Cesar
for his
Chavez
opponent
with him.
tonight.
Damn.
Vargas says, I'm the
You see
street
Julio
guy.
Cesar Chavez
He
walking with him,
bluntly
bro.
plays on his connection
Robert
to the
Garcia,
Mexican
Roberto
American
Garcia,
community and fans
Mikey
in
Garcia
Mexico.
was a
He
little
says,
boy
I'm
back
more
then.
authentically
Virgil Ortiz with the
Mexican.
same
He
team.
thinks of De La
Virgil
Hoya as some
Ortiz got
sort
that
of
same team
amplified
with him.
mainstream
This one boxing was at his best.
who has sold out in some sense. He sneers. He says, I don't wear silk pajamas. I don't play golf. I don't cut a CD. I'm here to fight. I'm all about fighting. Eduardo Garcia, his trainer alongside of him.
Roberto Garcia. Robert
And
Garcia.
Julio Cesar Chavez, you might be able to see. There he
Julio
is.
Cesar
Just
Chavez
over
with
Vargas's right shoulder.
They mobbing. You
Chavez,
see him,
late
they
in his
mobbing,
career,
bro.
lost twice and decisively to De La Hoya. Vargas told us yesterday
Had I been in De La Hoya's shoes, I would not have taken those fights.
Exactly.
Against Julio
De La
Cesar
Hoya
Chavez.
should have never
He is
faced
too much
Chavez,
a sacred
bro.
figure in Mexico. Of course, what was left unsaid is that Chavez himself wanted those fights and came away with good paydays.
Hit the like button right now and subscribe to the channel, bro. You know what I mean? We just breaking it down. You know how we do it, bro. We breaking it down like we always do it, bro. Subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Here we go. Let's watch a Fernando Vargas post-fight. When he knocked this dude out, they had that bad blood in this fight. Let's go watch this Vargas interview talking greasy.
The early rounds, what did you at the ring? I've always been able to coach before. I've never lost my head inside the ring. I'm not saying it, but I've told you that's what it was, you know. Routine 2.
Thank you very much, congratulations, Fernando. And this had the look of a routine tune-up going into the biggest fight of your life in December with Trinidad. What did it become for you?
Well, you know, definitely that's what it was. You know,
You see Robert Garcia? Look at Robert Garcia right here. He's so young.
But I've told you before, I've never lost
Mikey was there too. I think that's Mikey on his neck.
But inside the ring, I've always been able to keep my cool.
20 wins, 18 knockouts.
Rounds, what did you see? What kind of a
20 wins, 18 knockouts.
Rounds,
you know what I mean?
But I've told you before, I've never lost my head inside the ring. I'm not saying it outside the ring that I haven't. But
20 wins, 18 knockouts.
I've always been able to keep my cool.
The early rounds, what did you see? What kind of a what were you confronted
He's
with?
a hell of a fighter back then, bro.
Did you think you would get to him that quickly because he seemed to not want to get into any real exchanges with you?
Hit the like button right now. Subscribe to the channel, bro. You know what I mean? We finna break it down one more time. Matter of fact, I want to play these videos one more again. I don't think they synced these videos. Let's go, bro. Subscribe, hit the like button. It's H Money, Mr. The Zone, back again with that real deal Holyfield. You heard me? Let's get to it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. You dig? Yes, sir. Let's get back to this joint. Let's go.
Used to have. I think we're going to have a very explosive fight because they both have just deteriorated just enough to make it a very interesting and competitive fight.
We in the building.
These guys have dissipated to a certain extent, and whether or not that's going to lead to that kind of great theater.
I mean,
let's go.
Tremendous job. And
subscribe. Let's get it, man. We lit up in here.
Fans loved him. Press loved him. HBO loved him. And he was a force to be reckoned with.
The next Fernando Vargas, Vergil Ortiz. Let's go.
Fernando did make the Olympic team in 1996 and did grease the skids toward a lot of his big accomplishments, which took place at an extremely early age.
Fernando Vargas was like a lightning rod. He was knocking out everybody.
So that's what people go to see is blood and guts, and Fernando had plenty of bone.
Which created some concern because the question then becomes whether or not he can go into deeper rounds. Can he sustain the pressures of the likes like Yuri Boy Campos?
Yuri Boy Campos was one of those hard guys with a sensational record, and he was regarded as a significant step up in class for Fernando Vargas.
And here's my chance to race 96 for me. Here I'm fighting for a world championship against Yuri Boy Campos.
Fernando Vargas, at 21 years old, is a world champ.
He won the fight. He's a world champion after 15 professional fights. The whole world was over to him.
And then he started to really step up. He fought Raul Marquez, who was an Olympian, former champion.
17 knockouts in a row of ferocious Fernando Vargas.
When Vargas was signed to fight Winky Wright, very few people knew how good Winky Wright actually was. He wasn't really ready for that kind of fight. He had to lose 10 pounds like the last week.
Doubling up on the right cross is Vargas, trying to make the final statement.
He was very lucky to come out with a win.
If he had lost that fight, all that he had gained by beating Yuri Boy Campos, I think would have been diminished. So Fernando really needed to follow up with a victory, and he did that.
Then he fights Ike Quartet, one of the toughest men that's ever been in the junior middleweight division.
Vargas pounding Forte into the corner, and Vargas trying to show Forte he's the man, and Forte's the bull.
The Forte fight was his signature performance. He showed qualities of poise and intelligence in that fight, as well as attitude and toughness.
Fernando Vargas has Forte ready to go.
It was brilliant stuff, and it showed you that this was no one-note tune. This was not just a fiery kid who fought on heart and passion. This was a skilled boxer.
The one thing that always impressed you about Fernando, he was able to stick to the game plan in the ring and get the results and keep his focus, and that was very impressive. But as it turned out, the disastrous decision was to put him in the ring that soon with Tito Trinidad. I mean, he just wasn't ready.
And now our main event, Felix Trinidad against Fernando Vargas.
There was that element of Mexico versus Puerto Rico. Fernando was an undefeated champion. Tito Trinidad was an undefeated champion.
That fight starts. Trinidad walks across and knocks him dead.
Big left hook by Trinidad, and Vargas is stuck. Vargas has got that down.
Yet he gets up. He didn't just get up and survive. No, he got up and dropped the other guy.
And down goes Tito on a big left hook.
He has captured control of the fight. If Trinidad doesn't hit Fernando with one of the most vicious low blows I've ever seen, and maybe Fernando goes on to win. It took everything.
Exactly, bro. You know what I'm saying? You heard Lampley. If Trinidad didn't hit him with the low blow, no telling what really would have happened in that fight. Everybody hit the like button, subscribe, man. Let's get these likes up. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? The similarities are insane between Fernando Vargas and Vergil Ortiz. Fernando Vargas became a professional at only 19 years old. Vergil Ortiz started his career at 18, only a year difference. Same height. Both of these fighters 5'10". Fernando Vargas 5'10", Vergil Ortiz 5'10". Fernando Vargas a 70-inch reach, Vergil Ortiz a 70-inch reach. You know what I'm saying? Listen. You know what I mean? The same trainer, Robert Garcia, Roberto Garcia, the Garcia. You know what I'm saying? The Garcias. Robert Garcia, the best trainer in the world, bro. They got the same trainers. You know what I'm saying? Fernando Vargas started off his career 17 wins, 17 knockouts. Vergil Ortiz, 15 wins, 15 knockouts to start off his career. The similarities are insane between these two fighters. You know what I mean? Vergil Ortiz ranked number 2 in the WBO for Terrence Crawford, calling out Terrence Crawford, calling out Errol Spence. I just hope these guys don't duck the young lion. Don't duck the young lion, bro. Whatever you guys do, don't duck him. Crawford, don't duck him. You know what I'm saying? Spence, don't duck. We want that smoke, bro. Hit that like button. You know me, I'm a part of Team Ortiz, bro. You know me, I'm down with Ellie Setback, Robert Garcia, in the zone, Mikey Garcia, all these guys fighting on the zone. So I'm riding out with these guys, bro. I got Vergil Ortiz against Terrence Crawford. I got Vergil Ortiz, you know what I'm saying, beating Errol Spence, bro. At the end of the day, let's go, man. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. H Money, Mr. The Zone, back again with another one. And as we all know, you guys, Fernando Vargas, a Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of Famer. He was a part of that 1996 Olympic team. He did not win a medal, but guess what? He won a world championship at only 21 years old, Fernando. You know what I'm saying? Beating Yuri Boy Campos. Yuri Boy Campos, a legend in Mexico, 107 wins. Fernando Vargas, notable victories against Winky Wright, Ike Quartet, Raul Marquez, you know what I'm saying? And Yuri Boy Campos, all Hall of Famers. He got 4 Hall of Famers on his resume. 4 Hall of Famers on the resume of Fernando Vargas. Vergil Ortiz he's following the footsteps of Fernando Vargas. He's following the footsteps. Even Ellie Setback told me that Vergil Ortiz reminds him of Fernando Vargas. And Ellie Setback even told me that Robert Garcia said Vergil Ortiz is the next Fernando Vargas. So it don't get any realer than that, bro. And he got a chin. Facts. You already know, JC. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Vergil Ortiz, 2019 Prospect of the Year on ESPN, and he's a DAZN fighter. He won the Prospect of the Year. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to him because he's coming. He's no longer a prospect. He's a contender. He's ranked number 2. He's ranked number 2 in the WBO. Crawford, we're coming for you, Crawford. We're coming for you, Spence. Vergil Ortiz, he's coming for you. You know what I'm saying? Get ready, man. You know what I'm saying? Mexican style, bro. For real. You know what I mean? Robert Garcia, he got a history of taking undefeated fighters' O's. Well, remember Adrian Broner? Marcos Maidana was trained by Robert Garcia. Same thing. Maurice Hooker, you know what I'm saying? Got knocked out. Jose Ramirez, Robert Garcia's fighter. You know what I'm saying? Jose Ramirez is trained by Robert Garcia. And what did he do? Knocked out, he knocked out Maurice Hooker. You know what I'm saying? This is what he does. He got a history. Robert Garcia got a history of taking these undefeated fighters' records, bro. You know what I'm saying? And now, who is it going to be? Terrence Crawford or Errol Spence first? We want Crawford first, and then we'll take Spence. Crawford, we rank number 2. No excuses, bro. Fight your. He's going to be your mandatory. Danny Garcia is ducking. We all know Danny Garcia didn't want that Crawford fight. So guess what? You got to go fight the number 2 welterweight. You know what I'm saying? You got to go fight the number 2 ranked welterweight, Vergil Ortiz, who has a huge fan base. I don't want to hear anything about, Vergil Ortiz. Nobody knows Vergil Ortiz. He just sold out a venue in Texas. Vergil Ortiz, he's getting more numbers. He's getting more numbers than these guys, bro. You know, he got a whole country behind him in Mexico. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear that. Floyd Mayweather fought all the Mexican fighters. Jose Luis Castillo, Mayweather fought De La Hoya, Canelo, all of them. You know what I'm saying? Mexican fighters generate, when you get a black fighter, African-American fighter, and a Mexican fighter is always big fights. When Pernell Whitaker versus Julio Cesar Chavez, you know what I'm saying? Mayweather versus De La Hoya, Pernell Whitaker versus De La Hoya, you know what I'm saying? Mayweather versus Canelo, all those fights, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's make it happen. Vergil Ortiz, he has a huge fan base, and he's ranked number 2 in the WBO. So what is your excuse, Crawford? We don't want to see Kavaliauskas or Amir Khan anymore. We want to see you fight Vergil Ortiz, who's ranked number 2 in the WBO. The same thing with you, Spence. We don't want to see you fight these bums anymore, Ocampos. We don't want to see Ocampos. We don't want to see you fight lightweights at Mikey Garcia. You know what I'm saying? Calling out lightweight to Mikey Garcia. Why don't you fight Vergil Ortiz? You going back and forth with Ortiz. Don't make no excuses talking about different sides of the street, Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? We all know Fernando Vargas fought everybody. And we all know Vergil Ortiz is the next Fernando Vargas, and he's willing to fight anybody, bro. You know what I'm saying? So let's make it happen, bro. The next Fernando Vargas, Vergil Ortiz, you know what I'm saying, versus Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford in the future. No excuses. Let's make it happen. I got Vergil Ortiz smoking these guys, bro. You know what I'm saying? For sure, I compared Errol Spence to Winky Wright. You know I did, bro. I said Errol Spence is the next Winky Wright. But guess what happened? Fernando Vargas beat Winky Wright. Don't forget that. It was a close fight, but Vargas got the decision. I think Vergil Ortiz was going to beat him. Vergil Ortiz is going to beat Spence. Spence is a drunk, bro. He's an alcoholic. He's not the same fighter. You know what I'm saying? He's not the same fighter. Vergil Ortiz is in much better shape, bro. We all know Errol Spence blowing up to 200 pounds in between fights, getting drunk. You know what I'm saying? Once you damage your body as a boxer, you're never going to be the same. You seen what happened to Broner. We seen what happened to Zab Judah, bro. You know what I'm saying? We seen what happened to him. You know what I mean? Everybody hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? Mexican fighters, bro, they generate the most money. Mayweather versus Juan Manuel Marquez. What about Mayweather versus Marquez? Mayweather fought all the Mexican fighters, bro, because they generated the most money. So I don't want to hear Terrence Crawford make an excuse. Oh, or I don't want to fight Vergil Ortiz because nobody knows him. Everybody knows him. Stop lying. Spence, don't make no excuse. Everybody knows Vergil Ortiz. He's a main event fighter already, bro. 15 wins, 15 knockouts. Spence, you know him. You grew up with him. Don't make no excuses, bro. That's a big fight in Dallas. That's a massive fight. Put it in Cowboy Stadium, bro. You know what I'm saying? Vergil Ortiz wants that revenge for Mikey Garcia against Errol Spence, bro. He wants it. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen right away, man. You know what I mean? I'm tired of the excuses for these guys, man. I'm sick of these excuses, bro. Exactly. Haney wants to fight everybody. You know what I mean? Haney made an offer to fight Hector Tanajara, bro. Haney knows what's up, bro. These guys are not built like that, bro. Spence, you know, he was saying he was a boogeyman, bro, but now he getting called out. Talking about he want to fight Danny, bro. We don't want to watch Danny Garcia fight, bro. We don't want to watch you fight Danny Garcia who has losses. You know what I mean? You know, if you do fight him, get him out the way and then fight Vergil next. Just stop making excuses, bro. That's what we sick of, bro. We tired of these excuses. You know what I'm saying? We had enough, man. Vergil Ortiz, 2019 ESPN Prospect of the Year, and he's a DAZN fighter. We all know ESPN always put their fighters first. We know that. ESPN got Lomachenko number 1. ESPN got Terrence Crawford number 2. They got all their fighters. But all of a sudden, you see, you know what I'm saying, a DAZN fighter win Prospect of the Year on ESPN. It has to be something great about this kid. You know, he's coming. He's a top prospect at welterweight. He's a contender now. Ranked number 2. He was just number 5. Just came off a big knockout. And now he's number 2, bro. So let's make it happen, man, in the future. You know what I mean? We tired of excuses, bro. Make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Do all that good shit. You know what I'm saying? It's H Money, Mr. DAZN. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Coco the Dom, JC, Fresh BX, Strapped Up Sammy. You know what I mean? Rubski. My whole squad, bro. You know what I mean? The whole team. And I just want to say this. Vergil Ortiz, I'm going to say it again. Vergil Ortiz started off his career 15 wins, 15 knockouts. Fernando Vargas started off his career 17 wins, 17 knockouts. You know what I mean? Vergil, you know what I'm saying? He was about to fight, bro. He just had a fight. It got postponed because of what's going on in the world, bro. That would have been 16 wins, 16 knockouts. You know what I mean? He's going to break that record. Fernando Vargas, I think Vergil Ortiz is going to end up with a better career than Fernando Vargas when it's all said and done. You know, Ellie Setback said that Vergil Ortiz will be a 4-division world champion. He can see Vergil going to 4 divisions. So, you know what I'm saying? Welterweight, you know what I mean? Be a champion at welterweight, super welterweight, middleweight, and super middleweight. So those are the divisions. No excuses, bro. You know what I mean? The same trainer, Vergil Ortiz, you know, Robert Garcia, his trainer. Fernando Vargas worked with Robert Garcia's father, Roberto Garcia, and he worked with Robert Garcia coming up, bro. You know what I'm saying? The same team. And Robert Garcia said it himself that Vergil Ortiz reminds him of Fernando Vargas with that ferocious power. You know what I mean? Everything, bro. Both of these guys started off boxing at a young age. You know, Vergil Ortiz started off at 18, Fernando Vargas at 19, man. You know what I'm saying? No more excuses. You know what I'm saying? No more ducking after the Rona. You know what I mean? Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel, bro. Appreciate everybody, man. We finna sign out, man. You know what I mean? We gonna be back. I think we probably be back tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let this one ride out. We gonna be back tomorrow, bro. Appreciate everybody, man. Vergil Ortiz, the next Fernando Vargas. Hey, guess what? I'm gonna be calling in Ellie Setback, man. So when Ellie go live, man, y'all tune in. I'm gonna call in, bro. Y'all call in too, man. Show support. Ellie a real one, bro. You know, Ellie rocking out with Vergil Ortiz, Mikey Garcia, and all of them. We out of here.